These are stories that explain why Dennis doesn't know. Did you ever have a song that whenever it's playing, something bad happens? My high school friends and I did. The song Lodi by Creedence Clearwater Revival came out in 1969. There were several times when Lodi played on the radio, we had some unfortunate events happen. You might even say the song was a jinx. Or maybe, just maybe, we were so busy listening to the song or singing with it, we weren't paying attention to what we were doing. But nah, I don't really think that was the reason. These are some examples of the weird things that happened. I grew up on a farm close to a small town in North Dakota. There wasn't much for teenagers to do, so we drove around town on Saturday nights, talked and listened to the radio. One winter night, we were driving around town on the snow and ice covered streets without a problem. I was driving my dad's Ford Fairlane with the guys. Lodi came on the radio. We all sang with it. It was a great song to sing with. Oh, I put a link for the video with the song in the description below. Just then I turned a corner and the car stopped and wouldn't move. We were stuck on some ice on the street, probably the same street we drove down a few times that same night without getting stuck. I told the guys, well, looks like you all will have to get out and push. Some grumbling was heard, but they complied. It wasn't a big deal at the time, and we really didn't see a connection between the song and what happened. More to come. Just a reminder to like this video and subscribe to this channel. It helps get more views, and maybe some other people might like these stories too. Not long after that, I was driving my dad's car again with three of my friends down an old gravel road. It was still in the middle of winter, but there wasn't much snow on the road. Lodi came on the radio, and we all sang. We were enjoying the song. I came over a hill, not remembering that the road ends with a turnoff, only going right and left. Of course, I was going way too fast to turn. The guy screamed, I hit the brakes, but only slid on gravel over the edge of the road right into the ditch, which, luckily for us, was filled with snow. So it was a nice soft landing, but there was way too much snow for the wheels to even touch the ground. We got out and sang into waist deep snow. I looked at the car and held my head and said in a panic, how are we going to get the car out of this? My dad's going to kill me. One of the guys said, there's a farm about a mile away. Maybe he could help us. So we walked. We got to the farm, knocked on the door. A very unfriendly looking fellow opened the door. It looked like we probably interrupted his dinner. He said, what do you want? I explained what happened and if there's any way he would be kind enough to help us out. And he said, God, you guys are dumb. All right, I'll get my tractor and chain and pull you out. We walked back to the car and he came with the tractor and pulled the car out. I said, thank you, sir. He just said, yeah, sure. And kind of under his breath, dumb teenagers. North Dakota farmers are really great people and are willing to help even dumb teenagers. In early spring that same year, we decided to drive to South Dakota. You see, our small town wasn't far from the South Dakota border. The legal drinking age in North Dakota was 21 for liquor and beer. But in South Dakota, the legal drinking age for beer was 18. That was for 3.2% alcohol versus the 4.2% that you could get in North Dakota. But we didn't care. We could get drunk on 3.2 beer just as well. We just had to drink more of it. None of us knew the way to South Dakota except my best friend Ryan. He got directions from some other guys in school. Also, Ryan fixed himself a fake ID card that said he was 18. Me and my three friends are only 17. Ryan said he'll drive us in his old Chevy. We had directions, we had someone to drive us, and one of us had a fake ID. We were set. So on a Saturday night, we started out, going down an unfamiliar dark 2-lane highway and looking forward to getting drunk on what we called 3.2 bunny piss. We were speeding down a nice straight highway going west when I asked Ryan if there's any turnoffs coming up because we needed to head south in the direction of South Dakota. Just as Ryan said, "We have a long way to go before we turn south," Lodi came on the radio. We came flying over a hill at 65 miles an hour when there was a sharp turnoff going south. There was no time to turn. Ryan slammed on the brakes. At the turnoff, there was a short approach that went straight into a farmer's yard. We came shooting into the yard. Ryan was standing on the brakes without effect. It had rained a couple days before that, with some hot weather after that. The rain had made the yard muddy, and there were some ruts made from driving on the mud, which had dried into big bumps. The car was being jolted all over the place. We were screaming. Ryan was gritting his teeth, pushing on the brakes with all his might, trying to stop the car. The farmer and his family inside their house must have heard the commotion. They came running to the windows, eyes wide, looking as shocked as can be, noses pressed against the glass. Even their farm dog, who would normally be chasing the car and barking, stood back with a surprised look on his face. Finally, Ryan got control of the car. We stopped and panted for a while. One of the guys said, "Let's get out of here before they come out of the house." We all agreed. Luckily, Ryan's car still worked. We made it to South Dakota, got drunk, and calmed down. I swear it was all due to Lodi playing on the radio. One word of advice: if you drive to South Dakota, be sure you know the way. Don't drink and drive, or listen to Lodi while driving. And don't be as stupid as we were. Lodi by Creedence Clearwater Revival is a great song, but it might be a jinx, or maybe we really were just dumb teenagers. Be sure to like and subscribe. There is more that Dennis doesn't know. Thanks for watching. Bye.